On a beautiful day after a night and a half a day of rain, and I'm here in the garage of the new place, and I cleaned it out a bit because I want to pressure clean all of this, and especially this hole here where before wood and all sorts of crap was stored. This was all sand and pieces of wood and dry grass and shit and things that have been in here for years. Cleaned that out. And this room here is going to be the spray paint room for all the parts for now. So all the smaller metal parts. So I'll get right to it. See, now we have an open space in here. It is pretty small width-wise, but once we got the items hanging from here, I'd imagine you'd still be able to get around it like a swing arm. So yesterday, after cleaning here, I spent the rest of the day helping George with the car. So this room is pretty clean, and the rest is clean too. So now I'm going to get my workbench from the other place and a lot of parts, and we're going to set it up here, and then we can get back to work and make Alp great again. Yeah. Yep. Great. There you go. You can put it just like this. Yep. You hear that? Just turn to the right? Yeah. I'm gonna put you in the water. You can't. No, I'm already. I'm gonna see how easy things are with the sandblaster. See if it's worth doing it myself, otherwise sending it out. This is just for the wheels. Wouldn't take too long, I reckon. It's gonna be a test. That actually bounces back in my face. Never done this. Medium left, there wasn't much anyway. That was a pretty quick result, but it only worked for a few seconds, so I still don't have a conclusive answer, and I don't have any more medium out here, so I think it just might be worth it to send them away, and I don't think it would take too long to have 2 spoke wheels done. So I'm sorting out the paint room here. The weather hasn't been great,
but tomorrow there should be some warmer weather after the afternoon, hopefully. Now ain't too bad, but there's been a bit of rain, quite a bit. Try to paint with lowest possible humidity, but you know, Southland, and it's basically going towards the winter now, so that doesn't help, but we'll see how it goes. Now I want to cover up the hatches, the doors, what do you call these? Anyway, cover up this space here that's connected to the outside so we can keep the heat in. So once we put the heater in, to make this room nice and warm. That's the plan. See, that 3M rolling sheet is pretty useless, not wide, just not wide enough for the window. This stuff from the warehouse looks a lot more useful and cheaper to boot.
Fuck off.
A freezer, the one on the sofa.
And
Yeah.
what have you done to the mailbox?
Thank you. I've done nothing to the mailbox, my car did. I think it was an old mailbox and she just died.
This is
Buried it.
what happens when you invite over the French.
Va te faire foutre.
Ta gueule!
Right, here I did something that I should have done much earlier before I ordered the paint, because it would have cleared things up more. But, you know, you're involved in the process. So anyway, what I got here is the stack that's all going to be epoxy primed. Not going to do the crash bars yet, because they have to be bent into place once the frame is back, once a lot of things are on the bike, and then we can bend them into place. Once they are straight, I will paint those too. Here we have items that are not going to be painted. Here we have alloy items, so etch primer, not for now. Here we have heat paint items. Over here undecided, out of laziness I could paint these black, but I don't want to make the decision yet, because they're going to go on the silver frame and it will look like it breaks the silver, if you know what I mean. On the other hand, just to get silver for these two pieces, I don't know, we'll see. Here we have stuff that I just want to put some thick anti-rust paint on there, which is probably going to be port 15, which I still have to sort out. There you go, nice and clear, all the items and how they are going to be painted. There you have them, the epoxy primer contestants. I thought that was aluminium, turns out it's metal, it still needs to be cleaned. And wire wheel, rust remove, wire wheeled a bit and rust remove. For the longest time I didn't want to do the little toolbox bracket that goes almost under the seat, under the mud guard, barely in sight. Now I'm like, all right, let's do it. And I think that's something that's gonna happen more and more as I paint more stuff, and this happened to those clips. I figured, well, might as well paint them black too. So I expect more little jobs happening in the future that I wasn't expecting to do. Like I said before, where does it end? Oh, how good is this chain guard, eh? Such a great find. Looking forward to see this on the swing arm in black. Start masking, taping some items. Got some scratches on here with the steel brush. Pretty well visible. Sanding it down. Good thousand. Using very fine sandpaper for that, 2000.